Everyone has dreams. Everyone is a dreamer, but for most people, dreams just don't come true. For a myriad of reasons, that is. Some people are too poor to chase their dreams. Some people have people they need to take care of. Some people are not tall enough. Some people are not hot enough. Some people are not good enough to do what they want to do. I realized that I wasn't good enough in the second grade when I was the only kid in my class that couldn't do long division. I tried and tried, but I just couldn't do it. My father tried teaching me, and even he gave up after a while and screamed, "How could you be so stupid?" out of frustration. Which isn't a problem in and of itself because fathers call their children stupid all the time. But it was the fact that my mother, who was sitting beside me at the time, did not disagree with him that put the nail in the coffin on the idea that I'm not good at anything at all. Since I realized at a young age that I was never good at anything I did, the only thing I could do was work hard and get good grades in school, which I did to the best of my abilities. I was never the smartest guy in class, but I was able to work my way just barely into the honor rolls. I volunteered to feed ugly homeless people to make my resume sharp, and after school I would head straight to the library and study. I wasn't really thinking about what I was doing or why I was doing it, because being told what to do was so much easier. I was on my way to become an accountant, because that's what parents tell their kids to do when they realize their kid isn't special. And I was okay with it. I was looking forward to it even. But then, there was this one moment where this beautiful temple of mediocrity that I'd handcrafted just crashed down upon itself. It was 1999, I was 17 years old, I'd almost finished high school, and was a youth leader for an accounting camp for some kids in the neighborhood. We were using the iMacs that looked like the inside of a Judy Jetson Easy Bake Oven. I was typing stuff into Excel. It was elementary for me. Accounting was easy as pie, and I was showing these kids how it's done. But then some kid comes up to me and says, "You're the greatest accountant ever." I understand that this kid was trying to give me a compliment, alright? I understand that. I get it. But there was something about what he said that kind of pissed me off. And every night I couldn't sleep, I thought about it, and I still couldn't think of a reason why. But on the fifth night, it was 3 a.m, I couldn't sleep, I was sweaty and lumpy. I suddenly thought to myself, the greatest accountant of all time probably would have killed themselves by now. Whether they ran their company Lexus into a wall or jumped off the roof of the building they were working on, the greatest accountant of all time is more than likely dead. And this realization propelled me to become the utter degenerate that I am today, because everything that I'd worked for up until that point meant nothing to me. Nothing. My grades started flunking, the scholarship I had to accounting school fell through. I lost all my friends because accounting was the only thing we had in common. The entire life that had been planned out for me was decimated right in front of my eyes. I was left with nothing. Growing up, I would describe myself as utterly unremarkable. My parents gave up on me at a young age, and I get why. I showed no promise to anyone that I ever interacted with. I was never the funny guy, or the athlete, or the smart guy, or even the nerd. I was so irrelevant to the people around me that I wasn't even bullied. You know how every successful rapper tells their story about how their teacher told them that they wouldn't be shit? My teachers never did that. They ignored me because I was below worth talking shit about. But none of it mattered to me because at least I had my life planned out for me. I was gonna be an accountant, and maybe a year into the job I get myself a single bedroom apartment to start off, some nice IKEA furniture. It didn't matter to me that I was a bot, that I had no discernible trait that people would remember me for, that I was a part of the last generation of accountants before we would all be replaced by AI. All I dreamed of was sitting on my IKEA couch at 40 years old and yelling at young black athletes on the television for fucking up a routine play. And who will blame me? I'm not a fucking athlete, I can't dunk like Mike, I can't sing like Madonna, I'm not beautiful like Obama. I was never born with any talent that would make me stand out, unless you consider listening to instructions a talent. I can't even do lame party tricks to impress drunk ugly women. But this is me, alright? This is my way. Yelling at young black athletes on the television while sitting on my IKEA couch, this is how I win. Or so I thought until it all came crashing down on me because of that fucking bastard child. After that tragedy, I was forced to develop a personality against my will, because I had nothing otherwise. I had flunked out of accounting, my life was going to shit, my parents were even more disappointed than they already were. I couldn't hide behind my endless array of accounting factoids to make friends anymore. I tried to share my opinions and not give robotic answers in the rules of pleasing everyone I met. Women started to like me not because of my beautiful IKEA furniture, but because of my personality and disposition. And I'm like, Rose, how could you love me? I don't even have a matte black Lexus, what the fuck is wrong with you? Once I decided to let everything go and let life truly fuck me for the first time, I started learning things about myself that I'd never thought was possible to learn. I learned that I was not human for the first 17 years of my life, and I was okay with it. I learned that I actually had no friends and it was my fault. Even the stingiest, most annoying human beings are able to find people, friends that love them for who they are, but me, I wasn't human in the first place. And so I had no friends. I learned that I can't even hug my mother the right way or look my father in the eyes. I learned that if they died, no one would care to celebrate my birthday even. In all seriousness, right? I realized that I'll never be anything other than myself. I'll never walk into a room and every woman in it will want to fuck me. I'll never have a conversation with someone where I'll change their life. No radioactive spider is gonna bite my hand. No death note is gonna fall on my lap. No one's gonna give me an opportunity because they like the look of me. No one's gonna give a fuck if I fall on my knees. And I say all this and realize now that fuck, I should have just gotten my accounting degree.